Some black women, it seems like they fat dog. That's the thing. I don't know if
Well,
I
that's
can
what I'm
handle,
saying.
but yeah.
It's kind of intimidating.
Can't you see we're tired of y'all perpetuating these harmful stereotypes about black women, generalizing us, speaking about us as if we're a monolith and not a diverse group of people? Like, this is disgusting. And the fact that it's so normalized is crazy. The fact that they were so comfortable going on this app and perpetuating such harmful stereotypes about black women is just wild to me. Like, why are y'all speaking about us as if we're not human beings? This is actually crazy. Like, this is crazy.
Hey beautiful people, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Maria David and I'm back again with another interesting video. So I'm going to play the first video to the end for you all to watch, because these guys, they own a podcast and they decided to post something on their TikTok channel and got a lot of black people very angry about what they said. I'd like to play the video for you all, then I'll come back and talk about it.
Black chicks are just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I can handle like some of those black chicks. It's like,
It's kind of like you really got to be good at what you're doing, right?
well, I don't want somebody who's on FaceTime the whole time. A. And B, here's the craziest part is, though, some black women, it seems like they bad, dog. That's the thing. I don't know if
Well,
I
that's
can
what I'm
handle,
saying.
but yeah.
It's kind of intimidating.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if I can handle it, bro.
You got to be like consistently kind of, I feel.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like kind of like, do you want this? Like, yeah. I don't think I got this. I'm not that guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would, but I don't think I'm all
Underwhelm.
right. Yeah, I don't want to underwhelm, bro. And
then
I don't want to go into a place where I know I'm going to underwhelm. That's the thing.
No.
I had to censor most of those words so that YouTube is not going to take down this video. But if you want to really watch this video without it being censored, let me know down in the comment section. I'm going to post the link for you all to go and watch it. You already know, watching this video already, you already know they are going to be really dragged, extremely dragged for saying this about black women. Like, can we just have a day that we will just rest from these people? Because I don't get it. I'm going to play stitches for you all, then come back and talk about it.
Chicks are just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I can handle like some of those black chicks.
Black women don't for me. Black women don't for me. Why don't black women proceeds to get on a podcast and hypersexualize black women, which 9 times out of 10 means that you hypersexualize black women and black people in general, and most likely other BIPOC people in your real life. Why don't black women? Why won't black women me? Because you see them as sexual objects and not people. Why don't black women? Why don't black women? Because you keeping their names in your mouth unprovoked on a podcast. You literally being the people that black women have been complaining about for the past like 2 years. What are we even talking about anymore?
Into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I can handle like some of those black chicks.
I don't usually comment on stuff like this because it's unhealthy and it's just a waste of my time. But one thing that I'm tired of seeing is people perpetuating inherent and problematic stereotypes as rationalizations as to why they will not date black women. You're allowed to have a preference and you do not have to date us. Respectfully, leave us alone. But the problem is clearly evident that these stereotypes are becoming so covert that it has started to become a comfortable rationale to mitigate your preference towards black women. Why can't the conversation just be like, I don't want black women, or they're just not my preference? It always has to be followed up with some detrimental stereotypes that we are still overcoming today, because they are constantly becoming a perpetuating factor when we are being identified in relationships or in the dating scene whatsoever.
I can handle like some of those black chicks. It's like,
It's kind of like you really got.
This video is a prime example of why y'all need to stop having podcasts. Because what are you even talking about? What do you even mean? It just shows time and time again that y'all like perpetuate these stereotypes or internalize this information about black women when black people are not a monolith. So there's different types of black women. They're not all the same. It's like, what are you talking about? You don't know if you can handle what? No, but for real, y'all sound crazy. What are you talking about? Because it's just not making any sense.
Chicks are just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I can handle like some of those black chicks.
So I know that we're all upset about this because we're wondering, what do some of these jokes even mean? They made some type of weird joke about FaceTime, and they made another joke about jail. And honestly, I'm wondering to myself, are they making jokes about us that we don't know about yet? I thought we knew all the jokes that white people made about us. I guess not. I can go undercover as a whitewashed black girl. Like, I can do this. If you guys need me to, I'll let you know what happens. But that's not why I'm making this video. I'm making this video because I watched the whole video and they were talking about how they were intimidated by black girls sexually. So they just, you know, they felt like insecure. And I'm telling you, as somebody that used to have the spirit of Tamara running through my veins 8 years ago, yes, they are extremely intimidated by us and they do the absolute fucking most. I had this friend that I was Eskimo sisters with, and we were talking, and I said something like, yeah, you know, this is after I'm like done dating white guys. And I'm like, yeah, white guys just do the absolute, like they just always do a lot. And I can't get with it. She says, you know, I don't really like, you know, some of them are bad though. And I said, yeah, but like every white guy wants to eat ass, and I just don't get that. And she says, I'm sorry. And I said, every white guy wants to do that. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, what are you talking about? 2 different times in our lives, we had messed with the same guy. And so I told her, I said, girl, every single time I was with him, he was always like up in there, trying to get up in there. And honestly, she was so confused by this whole idea that that's what he wanted to do. And I just chucked it up to the fact that she always had diarrhea, and I just assumed that he was trying to avoid a splash. You feel me? But white guys would be like asking for feedback, like they were doing like an annual review or something. Like, was that better? Could I do better? Is there something that you want me? And I'm like, why are you doing this? There was one guy that had a complete down. So one, he was like scared to touch me. And then when we got to canoodling, like midway through, it was like so weird. He literally just ran out of the room and ran into the bathroom. And I was like, this is fucking weird. So I like put all my clothes on super fast and just took off running. And mind you, he was my friend's roommate, my coworker's roommate. So I'm running out of the apartment. I'm like, hey, see you later, see you at work. And I just take off running. And I look back at his apartment. He's standing in the window watching me run to my car, texting me, where are you going? I skirt out of there like Vin Diesel, and he sends me the longest fucking text message having a breakdown about, I just knew I wasn't big enough for you, and I knew that I wasn't good enough for you, and I just knew that this was gonna end this way, and that I just wasn't able to perform like you needed me to. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, what the But yeah, white guys are intimidated by black girls. That's absolutely 100% true and real. I don't know if they over-sexualize us because they watch too much porn, but they're very insecure. And even if they have nothing to be insecure about, they're very insecure.
Chicks are just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I can handle like some of those black.
This is probably going to be a hot take that some of y'all are not going to like. I was not bothered nor surprised by this. Random dudes I've never heard of sitting behind podcast mics is never a good indicator that they know what they're talking about, first of all. Second of all, any person who would say something stupid like this hasn't done the work that is required to date a person of color, much less a black woman. Now, reducing black women to simply their sexual prowess does piss me off. But again, these are podcast bros. They probably evolved from frat bros. I don't know. And lastly, everything seems more complicated to deal with when you're not actually qualified to deal with it. People are stupid. I don't have the energy for this today.
It's like,
it's kind of like you really got to be good at what you're doing.
Yo, black women, be careful when you're dating these types of guys, because when I tell you, interracial dating is hit or miss. Either you get treated by a queen by like 8 guys, or you get hypersexualized like these losers in this video. Because to say that we're all just like super hypersexual, freaky monsters in bed, when like there's still black girls who are Christian, who are waiting for marriage, who don't see themselves in the light or don't carry themselves in this way. Just because you see it in the music videos or see it in porn videos, like not all of us act like that or think like that. Like this video is so freaking repulsive, and I don't I actually don't have any words.
Chicks are just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I can handle like some of those black.
One, black women probably are into you until you start talking, and then they're like, never mind. 2, I think the major problem here is that a lot of men don't know how to have a conversation without bringing it back to sex or their anatomy. So they never really learn how to express deep thoughts without taking it back to their wee-wees. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to hope that what you were trying to say is that black women are not intimidating or scary, or they back, as you said. I think that what you're trying to say, right? What you're trying to say is that black women do not put up with the shit that a lot of people try to pass by them,
right? That's what you're trying to say. I thought so. What you're not gonna do is you're not gonna say that Black women are intimidating or scary or they're just too much to handle, when really all they're doing is just showing you all of your shortcomings. I feel like a lot of Black women are actually mirrors. They take a lot of time to love themselves and be good at the things that they do, because we know that in the societal totem pole, Black women are at the bottom. So that leaves us a lot of time for self-reflection, and it leaves us a lot of time to become the best, most loving, wonderful versions of ourselves. And that can be really scary when you have lived your life completely doing the bare minimum. And here you are, you have this beautiful creature in front of you, and she is just a reflection of all of the things you cannot, will never, are terrible at, and will never be in your life. It must be intimidating for you.
Chicks are just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I could handle like some of those black.
Two white men discussing black women like they're an entirely different species on a podcast, in a video that was rewatched, edited, and then they decided, yeah, let's post this. Should be shocking, but unfortunately it's not, because you know, there are centuries-old stereotypes about the hypersexualization of black women, black people in general. And these two white men, who both admit they've never been with black women, also comfortably say they can't be with black women because black women are just too sexual for them and will have too high expectations for them. Like, first of all, how do you know? You've never been with black women. And secondly, are you suggesting that all of the women you have been with, i.e. non-black women, are just kind of like dead fish in bed? That's weird in and of itself. Completely away from all of the racism. Whether the two of you recognize the racism or not is kind of irrelevant. That's how pervasive this shit. And I promise you, black women will watch that video and not be surprised in the least. Disgusted? Yes. Offended? Probably. But surprised? No. Am I surprised that they decided to post that? I mean, I wish I was. No, I'm not. But it's like this kind of like thinly veiled racism hidden behind their own kind of like weird sexual insecurities and self-deprecation. And it's quite disgusting. Anyway, boys, what are y'all saying when the mic is off? You know, this is what you say when the mic is on. This is what you decide to post. Ugh.
They're just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I could handle like some of those black chicks.
Hey, bro, the way you said that shit right there, there's a reason why. It's by design. See, me, I'm a man who's really versatile. If I had to describe my taste in a food, I'd say Neapolitan ice cream. You want to know why you're not getting a specific type of person? Just look at the way you talk about them. You know what I'm saying? Theo Von is usually funny. But I don't know what that was, though. I know I got some brothers out here that think that black women only like people who look like they're from the hood. Bro, look at me. I got a male BBL jacket on, bro. It's by design.
Chicks are just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I could handle like some of those black.
This conversation was so weird to watch because I feel like they're tiptoeing around something. They don't want to be offensive, but it still came out a little offensive. Like, you literally could have said, I'm not attracted to black women. You don't have to throw it at us. Like, you could have said that you're not into black women. It's fine. It happens. What was all this about? Cause, like we've said multiple times, black people are not a monolith. You could easily find a black girl who will be attracted to you. You'll be attractive to her. I don't know. This conversation was just weird. Y'all was tiptoeing around something you could have no business being in.
Black chicks are just not into me, really.
I don't know if I could handle like some of those black chicks. It's like,
why are y'all always so creepy when you talk about black women? Like everybody at this point is just creepy when they talk about black women. And this whole video was just 53 seconds of you feeling insecure and projecting that onto black women. It's giving very much the Jezebel stereotype that black women can't be satiated by anyone and that we're just scary and intimidating. Like, don't y'all get tired? And y'all are getting real comfortable talking about black women any kind of way because everybody talks about us any type of way and no one defends us but us. And this is like extremely predatory behavior, and it shows up in the real world because the way that men approach black women is always aggressive, especially if they haven't dated black women before. Y'all be approaching us like some type of loose animal that needs to be tamed because it's rhetoric like this. Like, it's 2023 and we're still doing this shit, which is why I constantly say that nothing has changed in this world. They'll just continue to attack and degrade black women, and I think that does something for you. And it's a problem. Like, find other things to scream into your microphones about.
Chicks are just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I could handle like some of those black.
Honestly, out of all the stereotypes black women have to deal with, this has to be the most annoying stereotype and narrative. As black women, we can't literally just exist without being hypersexualized. And then colorism comes to play within that. I firsthand experience this all the time when I go out. You can always leave it up to white men to ask the dumbest questions or say the dumbest things to you. Why are we always the topic of discussion? Why can't we just exist in peace? Black women, we're not allowed to be shy, reserved. We're not allowed to not want to be hypersexualized. I'm just so sick of it. If you have nothing good to say about us, then just stop talking about us. We don't need your attention. We are the blueprint, and we don't need you on your dumb podcast talking about us. Only for you to be racist and further push these negative, false stereotypes.
Black chicks are just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I could handle like some of those black.
I sat there listening to this whole entire TikTok, expecting to hear some sort of point made. There was none. I don't know. It feels like y'all are implying something that is really, it's a little bit racist, y'all. It's just a tiny bit. It seems a little stereotypical. You know, it's giving Jezebel. Just a stereotype that, you know, your ancestors gave us, you know, as black women. Maybe you should, you know, fix yourself.
Black chicks are just not into me, really. I don't know.
I don't know if I could handle like some of those black.
I'm about to go to bed and I caught this video as I was flicking through TikTok. And it's very disappointing. I can't speak for African American women. I can't speak for them. But these guys didn't specifically name what level of diaspora you're talking about. You're talking about Caribbean women, you're talking about Black British women, you're talking about West African women. You know, they just said black chicks. And they further go on to describe black women in the sense of being so intense that, you know, they can't handle, they can't step up. I felt the way in which they worded it was very derogative of black women. It was almost like they were describing black women as animals, you know, some type of being that's so that they can't deal. And the first guy is like, black chicks just aren't into me. Now that I don't know this person, I don't know their content, I don't know what they put out to the universe, I don't know these people. Maybe it's something that you're doing that black women universally see as a red flag. And they're clever. They're not like, oh, I can change him. They know that, no. This ain't the one. I'm not going to waste my time with this one. Or it could just be something else. And the other guy, the guy who looks like, you know, he's Mullet City, that guy, I think that he doesn't know a lot of black women. I think what he sees is probably on Pornhub. And I think he doesn't really know what black culture is, you know, be it African American culture or otherwise. So it was a bit disheartening to, you know, log on to TikTok and that's the first thing I see. You know, why are you talking about us? If you look at all the other videos on that account, views not really over 5,000, but that video, start talking about black women, all of a sudden 300,000 views. I'm like, Why are you talking about us? And then why are you talking about us in a derogative way? What have we done to you? Sometimes I get up in the morning and I ask myself, why do they hate us so much? What have we done? Generationally, what have we done? And yes, I put my hand in my t-shirt because it's comfortable. But like, what have black women done? Why? Just leave us alone, man. Leave us in peace. Let us have our hair, our weave, our bodies. You know, let us have a big ass booty, big ass tits, flat ass, flat tits, whatever. Let us have our weaves. Let us have our braids. Let us have nails. Let us not have nails. Just leave us alone. You know. Ja.
Right, I would love to know what you all think down in comment section. Let me know what you think. Share your thoughts down in comment section and kindly make your thoughts respectfully. And I would love to hear what you think about this conversation made by these white guys. I personally feel like they should just allow black women to rest. Black women are not into you. They are not into you. They are not into you. Then you are talking as if you've dated a black woman before, you know how it feels, then you're socializing them, you know. It's really disrespectful and it doesn't make sense at all. Like, that video doesn't make sense. A particular stitch, one guy said that you had to, you made the video. There's another thing for you discussing it, you know, randomly. There's another thing for you making the video. You know, there's another thing for you now editing the video. There's another thing for posting the video on social media. You did all those stages and you didn't see anything wrong with that particular content. Then you have a problem. Then you are the problem. You're actually looking for trouble. Like, you are seeing trouble like this, you're looking for it. And this is all shades of wrong. Like, it's all shades of wrong. They're just trying to paint black women as animals, as dogs. You know, black women are this, black women are that. In short, this video, I've seen this video for a long time and a lot of stitches are on this video. A lot of stitches. I just had to. And the other guy saying he doesn't know why black chicks are not into him. This is exactly why they're not into you, because I cannot see you spit out something like that out of your mouth and I want to date you or I'll be attracted to you. You are not attractive to me with what is coming out of your mouth. I'm not talking about your physical appearance or anything. You are definitely not attracted to me with what you're just saying out of your mouth. So I wonder how many black women are going to be disgusted and irritated with what you just said out of your mouth. Alright guys, let me know what you all think down in comment section, or I'd like to know what you all think down in comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video to this point, and thank you all so much for sticking around. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.